Shoo ah, ba dip da da ba da ba doo ah, doo ah da doo ah, ba dip da da ba ba boo. Yeah. Woo.
Lego.
Woo. So, do you like my hat?
Is that one? Yeah, it is. I mean, are those butterflies?
Yeah, it's just felt.
Felt?
Felt is a brand, yeah. So they're a dope brand. They went out of business. There's a lot of rappers. So Johnny's the one who got me this. He used to own Felt.
It went out of business?
Recently. Nice. After he sold it, he made his money.
Yo, can you talk about the Yankee game the other day?
Did I what?
Oh, that's what we didn't talk about on the Patreon.
Oh, that's what we'll talk about on this one. We got to talk about it on the Patreon, not the episode.
I was when I saw the story, I was interested how that was gonna.
You didn't see the video? I made a video.
Yeah, I saw
I was talking about it.
Yeah. You didn't see him fucking putting up his peace sign?
Who did that?
All right, we'll talk about it on the Patreon. But yeah, I'm interested.
See you later, Brownie.
Nick is not brown, dude.
No, Nick. What
I
do you
know.
mean?
Culturally, he's brown.
What are you talking about? He's
Motherfucker just lifted up his. You definitely need a girl, Nick.
What did he do?
He showed me his abs.
His abs?
He's actually got some abs.
No, he does.
Yeah.
All right, let's not.
Come back. Let me see.
Stop it.
Oh, okay. Let's ask him. Okay, hold on.
Here we go with the 10.
So can we do an episode?
Well,
so they're building in the backyard. It's going to be a dope like oasis right back here. They're going to put a hot tub, all types of shit, cold plunge.
Alleyway.
Okay, no, he's going to make it dope. It's going to look dope. Would you do an episode back there in the hot tub, the three of us?
Topless and shit?
Topless is crazy. I told you.
We couldn't figure out. I didn't know where you would go. I didn't know.
He was
I
like,
couldn't be like,
he might
fuck
be
yeah,
cool
that'd be
with
sick.
it. And I said, no, he's not going to like it. He's
gonna
either going to say it's gay or he's going to say he don't want to take his shirt off.
And then we settled on.
Three dudes in the fucking hot tub.
Yeah.
The motherfucker said topless.
Topless too is a wild way to say no shirts. You a fucking lady thinking her bra.
Oh shit, Lee, that's so funny, bro. Homie, he sat in it.
Yeah.
Topless?
That was his biggest worry. Not the microphones getting wet or the steam.
Oh shit, bro. That's
it would never logistically it would never work out. I also don't even want to do it.
Yeah.
So in the hot tub.
We could do some dope content back there though. The cold plunge?
I don't know if it's dope, but it's all right.
You know what it is? It is
went
crazy.
in the cold plunge once. You filmed it. You did it with your old best friend.
Yeah, I hated it.
You didn't handle it well. The cold plunge sucks, dude.
That shit takes the whole
it's not
air
cool.
out of your body. It's
Yeah,
have you done it?
No.
Oh, that shit is brutal.
It's not that good. I'm not that high on cold plunges, if I'm being honest.
No?
I'm higher on it. Like, it doesn't need to be freezing. Like, have it be 45 and chill in it for a couple minutes.
You did a video where you were outside.
That's why I hate
the
it too.
snow.
I did it the most aggressive fashion, and it like fucked me up. And I was like, this doesn't make me feel good. I felt like I was recovering from a war. I did it in a blizzard upstate, and I did it like 3 days in a row, and I felt like I was going to die.
Yeah, probably not a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand after you work out or after you've just
But you
run.
shouldn't do it. It's bad when you work out if you're trying to build muscle.
Really?
Yeah,
It
because
just
after you
doesn't
fuck
make
your
sense to
muscles
Too
up,
many rules.
it's not that many. If you care, it's easy to remember. When you lift weights, you inflame your muscles, and then it recovers from the inflammation. That's a marker your muscles need to know to build muscles. If you get in a cold plunge, gets rid of the inflammation.
Oh,
The marker is now
building
removed.
muscles. Yeah. That makes sense.
If hypertrophy is your goal, if just like cardiovascular health is fine, then it doesn't matter.
All right, so we started at.
I have a timer going. I remember.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we've been going for 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
All right, cool. I was gonna say 3. So how was your week?
We went to the Knick game. Lee
went
got
to the
recognized.
No, Nick got recognized first.
Yeah,
we
but it
were
didn't count.
we were in the bathroom. Nick was about to take his dick out, and some dude was like, "Hey, you're that comedian."
Yeah.
And then
And
he
the other
pulled out
kid
his
came
dick.
around. But then the other kid came around the corner and goes, "I don't know if you remember me, but we went to high school together."
Yeah, that was dope though.
And I was
That
like,
dope. It was a weird way to start talking to somebody.
But it was fine, and I was like,
dope.
"Oh yeah." And then he was like, "Yeah, I went to your high school too." I was like, well, I remember him. I don't remember you. What's your last name?" He was like, "Novellino," and he was like, "Oh, I remember your sister." Is what
Yeah.
I said. And that
He
upset
said,
a
"I
couple
remember
people.
your sister."
That upset him? Well, yeah.
Not
what a
him, but the
weird-
other kid was like, if he didn't love you, that might have been a fight right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's.
But Nick
is so crazy in that way. Oh yeah.
I didn't mean it like that. So I just meant like,
No.
I was just like,
he was going to the urinal. He pulled out his dick. He was like, "I remember your sister."
Damn, bro.
I was just
you're
like,
a
"Do you have a sister?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, I remember her."
He
Yeah,
motherfucker
there's no way.
said
I
it
swear I
while
said-
salacious too. He was
And
like, I remember
did
this.
I?
Yes,
I-
Nick.
oh,
Yes, you
man.
did.
And Lee's just like, ugh.
And I lost the one fan I had in the whole fucking arena. And
Lee got recognized.
and then
what?
Lee got recognized a while later by like an actual adult with a family who's contributing to society. Those two kids were definitely dealing with some drug issues, I think.
That's funny.
They were dealing with some drug issues.
We were
There was
all
a
in the
whole
same
thing going
section,
on.
though.
You were in the
all-
what section?
We were all in the same section.
which was a bad section.
Nick was like, these guys are poor and they're terrible people.
Yeah, but
we
those
were all
teachers
sitting.
had to be
No,
fucking
not.
bread.
Yeah, they are.
That was more about their appearance. Your guy looked like he
Yeah,
had a
he's-
home and a family.
Yeah. He
It
looked
was just
regular.
him and his boys.
It was just him and his boys, and he came. He tapped me on the shoulder. He was like, "Yo, you Instagram? You do the IG shit?" He's like, "You Lee, right?" I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah,
dope.
it
I
was-
took
it
a
was
picture
pretty
of
dope.
them and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, it was nice.
It was cool feeling like Kevin for once.
Yeah.
Because Kevin is always like, Lee, can you take this picture
Yeah.
of me and my fans?
I don't know what's going on. You felt like Kevin. I felt like you. So I'm spiraling right now.
They would have asked for a picture of you, but you were in the bathroom, so they didn't.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Let's go with that.
Nicky, you're so stupid, dude. But just the way Nick, just the way Nick like responds to people is just so funny. To me,
It
bro,
is
because
very
it's just it's very natural. It's very
baby.
it's not like it. You know, he doesn't mean anything by it.
No,
It's
he
not-
means.
No, he
I
doesn't.
really didn't mean like, hey, I fucked your sister. I never even
No,
I
but
barely
like,
talked
but
to
like,
the woman.
but he doesn't
I
realize. He's
remember.
like, I remember your sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me, that was just the thing to say. And boy, I said it. And I really don't care. There was a point. I really am getting to a point where I just say anything. It's like the lip filler thing.
He does say anything because
I
we
just
were
don't care.
sitting.
I'm like so sick of trying to not. I just don't want to hold back anymore. And I'm not trying to upset anybody. Like, I'm not going to do anything really horrific. But like, if this is the thing I'm thinking about saying it, I'm going to say it.
Yeah, there were kids that
Yeah,
were
some-
sitting next to us that were getting up a lot, and you were like, Jesus, dude, how many fucking times?
Oh, I was about to lose my mind. Dude. It was the same kid over and
Well,
over.
that's the type of shit that I would normally never say anything about.
And I didn't say
But-
anything to him, but I said something to him.
No,
And
you
close
said it
to him.
pretty
Yeah.
loud.
Yeah, the more times it got, the closer I got to saying
Yeah, but
it
that
was
shit
in front of
is
me.
fucking irritating.
Bro, and it's like during action, I'm watching a game. I can't see when you're in me. I gotta stand up.
Yeah.
It's eight times?
I would say about that. Yeah.
8 fucking times, bro.
To go pee?
Get a fucking
Beer,
beer.
pretzels
Go buy
and all-
3 at a time, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Load up.
But it was also the people that he was with too that were.
But it was him. He specifically
specifically.
walked by over 5 times.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Did he say like, excuse me?
No. Fucking idiot.
we-
Had hair that bothered me. Like,
Nick
did you notice his hair?
Nick hated the way he looked. Nah, I didn't.
Nah, just his hair.
How was
Not even-
Rich?
it's
Did
just
they get
like-
him cool.
Yeah, he was dope. He was just rich. He asked how
Rich is the man.
Yeah.
He cut my palm open though when I gave him a really aggressive high five.
Yeah, that was another thing. Nick was like, "Yo, you fucking cut me, dude." When you gave me a 5, and Rich was like all apologetic and shit.
I didn't say it like that. I said you cut my hand when you high fived me, buddy. I was bleeding all over the arena.
He
I feel like I
doesn't
mentioned
realize.
it.
He's like,
I was trying to get a Rolex.
You
out
did
of it,
this,
I'm not gonna lie. Don't you feel bad, dude? I'm losing money.
Yeah, you won a Rolex, but you wouldn't hang out after
But I
the
want to
game.
get back to this kid's hair. So he was doing this thing where like it's fully going, and I get it. You try to salvage what you got, but like
what? Like flip the comb over?
not even that. Like a bangs comb over, and I've noticed this on like this is what like Guido dudes do when their hairline like not even just receding, like the whole front is going back, so it's like up here.
Mm-hmm.
So he grows this part out. He combs the bangs down, but then this part is volumized. It was mayhem.
I think I remember that.
It was
He was a
mayhem.
Italian kid.
Yeah, so then this is lined up super hard, but if you were to lift it up, it's 3 inches back. So then his hairline's here, but it's fake, and it's bangs going straight down, and then this part's like curly and
Jesus.
maneuvered.
That's how mad
Nick
he
is
was.
so
He was
funny.
just-
Oh,
Nick is staring at him.
I noticed everything I hated about him. Yeah, I was picking his whole life apart. Probably your girl's probably cheating on you right now. You don't even know it.
Fucking pussy. But why didn't you guys go out after?
Because I'm a loser, dude.
You're not a fucking.
So
First of all-
Rich got us. So I looked up. I was like, "Yo, we could go to Say Less," and
Mm-hmm.
you know, I looked it up. I was like, "Now you got to make reservations." And
Rich
this
could.
way.
He did it.
He did.
He's like, I'm talking to the owner right now. We have reservations.
He got it, and I was like, "All right, let's go for a few." You know, I wasn't going to eat anything, but he
Yeah,
was
see,
like-
he's better at that than me. Like, he'll just go and stand there. which
No,
is
Lee's coming.
But he'll
have
eat.
fun,
You would
he'll
have
buy
eaten.
back.
You
You
would
came
have
to say
eaten.
less when we were there. Remember?
can't
It was
eat.
just us, and we just chilled.
I'm on a
chilled.
whole thing right now where I really don't want to break it. I'm like, because of how bad my skin got in Miami. I've
Your
been
skin looks so much better.
I was
right,
telling
dude.
him, yeah, I was
It's the
telling him
best
the
it's
other
ever been, and I've for real went down like a crazy rabbit hole with ChatGPT, and I think I figured it out, dude.
What?
I need to eat a thing called a low histamine diet, which is
Yeah,
like
well, that's what I said. Your histamine. That's what happens.
I've
You
always
build up your histamine
because of leaky gut and things.
Yes.
But like I assumed like I was doing that. Like you see how I eat; it's super clean. But there's it
No,
gets,
but there's triggers that add up and they
Yeah.
compound on top of each other. That's what I was
but
saying.
I was eating things that I didn't
It
know.
wasn't
Like
just. I think what really set you over the edge was the fucking glue.
I mean, listen, it
It
could have
was
been
the fucking glue.
But traveling does
Yeah.
it to me because I
No,
can't
traveling
control
does
what I
it,
eat.
But what I'm saying is, it's not a coincidence. It wasn't the fucking wine. It wasn't.
No, it was the wine.
It was a
Bro,
small
red wine
small-
is
Yes.
one
All right.
of the worst things you can
All
put in
right,
your body,
maybe-
organic or not.
Yeah, okay. Maybe small. It wasn't the wine because it wasn't. What I'm telling you is, what set it over the edge, what really made everything a trigger, was the glue. And then after that, everything's a fucking trigger.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Anything that's small,
But
has
I've
any
been
histamine.
eating crazy triggers and I didn't know. Like I pound sauerkraut, bro, because I thought like it's a probiotic, it's good for my gut and all. And ChatGPT.
Pounding sauerkraut.
pound-
It's hilarious.
I
That's
love
why.
it.
That's
But I
why
love it.
that clip that I made. And guacamole slaw. What did I say?
Yeah, you did. You motherfucker.
Guacamole sour cream slaw.
And yeah, attack me about it. Don't fucking dare attack my kid about it.
Yo, Nick goes, I said in that video, bro, I laughed out loud when I edited that video because I don't remember saying that. And then when I heard
When
the
you hear it again.
guacamole sour cream slaw, bro, that shit made me literally scream out loud. And I said to him, and his response, his flow fits well.
I don't think it's good, but I don't want to admit it.
Fits well.
I said it feels good.
Feels good. That is what he said. Feels good. Yo, that shit made me laugh. And the second one was funny too, though.
They're both funny, yeah.
Yeah, they're
There's
both
just something about there's something about the aesthetic of it. It bothers me, just because it just looks like
Because it's green.
it's green and it looks like shit everybody else is making.
Yeah.
You mean the text?
The text and stuff, yeah. And I do feel like the quality gets degraded a little bit. No,
Maybe, but
me?
it's just simpler.
it's way simpler. Yeah, I know.
It's just so
Are
much
we
more
gonna post those?
convenient.
Are we gonna post those?
I'm gonna post it.
Okay, cool. Give me them to airdrop them to me so I can put it on the TikTok.
Okay.
And don't put it on your TikTok. Let's try to build the TikTok with those. I think.
Okay.
Unless you really want to put it on your TikTok.
No. We could. Well, I'll give you the thing is, the yours isn't gonna.
No, bro. The ones that I've posted, not crazy, but that haven't existed anywhere before, they get at least over 1,000 views. We have 90 followers or 50 followers. They like
No. I'm saying the ones. What am I? I have to add something to the one of yours. You think to build context of like, listen to this, like more motivational.
Maybe.
Because I'm seeing it on every clip, dude.
What?
Every clip that I'm on the For You page or on both IG
Has
and
like
fucking
a
TikTok
title
has
card.
a title card that is keeping you engaged. And even now on Instagram, if you look,
Opus
all
does come up with good ones.
Well, if you look, all they're saying is on Instagram, if you go to your analytics, it says how many people are watching past the first 3 seconds.
Yeah.
That's the new range.
Yeah.
So all they want is for people to stick around from the beginning. And we do the opposite. We kind of just like flow into it. Yeah. And that's not the name of the game anymore. The name of the game is back to like how it was in the beginning of TikTok.
You got to have the hook in the
Catch them in the beginning and then you're good.
Yeah.
I'm not against it. Yeah, let's do it.
So I got to just figure out what to put because that shit
I
is
feel
funny.
like Opus comes up with good ones. No,
It was long. It was for yours. It was like motivation, blah, 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 blah. It was
You
like,
pay for Opus?
Yeah. Yeah, I pay for Opus. That way I don't have to bother him for the clips. I just make them now.
Yeah.
You know, I used to cut them and send it to him to clip them. But honestly, it was driving me nuts because I'm like, I'm relying on him. And I'm like, do you have it yet?
Yeah, but what is Opus doing that?
They just cut it from, I do all the editing myself anyway. I just now put it in there. They put it
literally-
vertical.
you're just using it for captions,
with the
I feel like.
captions and to make it into vertical.
Oh, okay. It does that.
Yeah. It automatically does that.
Interesting. And you don't have to do any editing in there or anything.
No,
like
you
that.
do.
Like no, I have to edit everything
No, in
on Final Cut and then I transfer it over. So I make the clip myself.
Right.
Like the one I did with us.
Yeah, That was Opus.
That was
But
Opus.
you did it. You still manipulated it a ton. All right, this isn't interesting though.
Yes. Why isn't it interesting? I don't know why he doesn't think that's interesting.
To us,
No, it's not. It's real. But it's what we're doing, bro.
my favorite thing is when you go, "Nah, this is real."
It is, but that's the reality, bro.
We were last couple episodes ago.
He gets so worried about like.
I just feel like they don't want to hear about editing clips.
No,
Bro, they
do.
want to hear about
Everything.
our life.
Yeah.
This is our fucking
wanna
life.
hear about everything,
Nikki.
yeah.
This is our life. Every piece of our life. This is a part of our life. There's gonna be one douchebag white boy who's like you, who's gonna be in the comments like, I don't give
Make
a
it a
fuck
fucking
about
racial
it.
thing. All right?
It is. It's just you're a little douchey white boy, and we have other douchey.
If anything,
white
I'm a
boys.
fucking. I'm like overcompensating. If I was a douche, I'd just be like, let him hear it. Fuck him.
That's
Why
true.
you-
That's very true.
That is true.
right.
That is very true. But it's real life. It's
It
what
is
we're
real
doing.
life. I know. And I was watching an episode back the other, like this, no one that's about to come out, and we were talking about like wiping our asses and hemorrhoids and cleaning our ass with baby wipes, and I'm like, this is disgusting. And Kevin goes, this is real life.
I know, he laughed so hard. But that's also real life.
is true,
Anytime
but
he
it's-
says that shit, because he does.
so
He says that
funny.
shit a lot. Like, this
Well, that's what I'm going to start to say. When we start talking about cum and other gay shit, I'm like, this is real life, baby.
No, but it's different, Nikki.
Of course it is.
It is different. You don't think it's
everybody wipes their
hemorrhoids?
ass.
Yes,
Everybody.
Everybody
hemorrhoids.
comes. Everybody comes.
Yeah, but
Everybody's involved in cum.
But
some
you're,
way,
I'm not
that's
asking
kinda-
you.
that's
I'm like,
kinda-
I'm not. This is the difference. If I said like, "Oh, you got hemorrhoids," and I'd be like, but wait, like how deep in your ass? The shit you were asking me was weird. Like, how deep in your ass you go for the hemorrhoids? Like that is a weird question.
Find it.
If I'm
Find
just-
a place where I said that like that, and I'll give you money. Do not portray.
just watched-
Don't portray. I went like this. How deep in your ass?
You said,
do
well,
you
how
go?
deep? You go in your ass when you wipe your ass? That's
I
what
don't
you-
say it like
Bro,
that.
what are you talking about, bro?
I say it like that. I get mad.
Just like that.
with it.
How you? Yes, because you're.
I'm gonna kill myself
you know how
after
you look
this.
at me? You look at me because in that moment, I know you. In that moment, you're trying to you make me out to be a weirdo. So you look at me slow.
'cause you always
and
make me out to be one.
And you go
Trying to get even.
You go. You go in your ass. How
You
deep
put
in
your finger in your ass.
No, never.
Okay. So you are a weirdo.
It's not weird to clean your ass. You said you put your finger in your ass in the shower.
Trying to make you feel good about
So
yourself.
shut the fuck up.
You put your finger in your ass in the shower.
Everyone,
I clean it more
your ass
aggressively
isn't clean unless a little bit of
with a
your finger
washcloth.
goes in your fucking ass with the baby wipe.
I'm not as about it as he is, but
A little, this much.
I press with a washcloth.
This much.
Press.
Yeah, but it's the same shit. What's the
Okay.
difference?
Yeah, it's press.
What's the difference?
All right.
Pressing. Well, you're saying fingering. I'm not attacking you.
You were attacking me.
You're mad at how he said you put your finger in your ass, and now you're coming after me because you don't like to attack him.
No, I can't attack Lee. He's
know.
like,
He's
he's like an
unattackable.
elder. He's like an elder. He's like an elder. You can't attack at the elder. I just yell at the white
Respect your
who has
elders.
slave jeans, slave owner jeans. Just
The amount of shit I've caught for my people having slaves, I deserve a slave. The amount of fucking negative energy that comes towards me for what people did in the past.
bro.
Wait, you're Italian and fucking Greek.
I was a slave.
Yeah,
I didn't get the benefit from any of this.
Yeah.
Fucking racist. I'm surrounded by racists as I get called a racist. You're not. You're fine.
I'm
Dude's always
racist. I'm just
racist.
secretly racist.
I am not a racist. Do not.
I'm saying
say
you're
that.
racist. I'm saying you call me a racist quite a bit on public forums.
Well, because I obviously joking, and I think it's funny,
It is funny.
and you are a little racist.
Yeah, but like not in a mean.
I was
I'm as
hoping.
racist
I was
as
hoping he would
anybody
say.
is.
I was hoping he'd be like, I'm not fucking racist.
I have
This motherfucker
opinions.
He goes.
I don't think any race is less than me because of it, but I'll have opinions on races like everyone else does.
Then that's not racist.
That's pretty racist.
No, it could be if it's a negative opinion, but it's not because of their race. It's
No, I don't think being racist is having
races. Every race does things specific to their race, and if you point it
Those are
out or not,
stereotypes.
That's
but
stereotype. That's not
are real.
racism.
Stereotypes are real. Some of
Yeah.
them, not all of them.
Yeah.
Not every Jew is cheap, but you know,
Okay.
a lot of them are.
Let's change the subject, though. You don't want to get canceled before we get started.
Listen, a lot of black people have big dicks too. That's a positive stereotype.
That is. You guys have the best stereotype.
See, now if I said that like that, I would be run out of the room.
Why? Why? That's not gay.
I'm going to replay it right now.
That's the best. That's the best
you said
stereotype.
the tone-
For
the
to look
tone.
at a person.
That's better than
That's a
control
better-
being
I'm
able to
just not
control
saying
the
in a
world.
racist way. Now I'm saying in a gay way. I'm talking gayness.
Why? You thought that was gay? Me saying that is a
The
great
bass and the
stereotype.
way-
You
the
thought
way
that was
his
gay?
voice-
You just saying the way he said it.
Yeah, that's
Like you
okay.
guys get. It was almost like he was envious.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not envious. I have a big dick.
Yeah, we know. Well, he knows.
I don't know.
I don't know. Let me
Pull
see.
it out. Pull it
Let me
out.
see.
Show the world.
Let me see. Let me see.
It's yeah.
He's still thinking
I know.
about it.
Quiet him down a little bit.
It's big in the way that like a football is. It's not. It's not like a bat.
Yeah, you don't have to describe it. Though.
Shaped like a
You don't have to describe
like
it.
a rugby ball,
You don't have to describe it.
wide.
Yeah, I have a very girthy dick. It's not short.
All this has to be taken out.
Why?
It's becoming too awkward.
This is real. This
Why?
is
Why? This is real. This is
life.
real life. Well, you're the one who You're the one who said it.
Anyway,
Yeah, you
your,
did.
your
You
dating
said you started describing my dick.
Yeah, no, I should.
your dating life is going good.
Mine?
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that. I'm done talking about that.
Why? Why are you done talking about your dating
They
life?
keep talking about it too much. I met up with a chick who knew I had one ball.
From the
saw your
content?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got a chick.
Wait, when's the last time you talked about one nut?
I talked about it on one podcast for a second. She's like, I know you have one nut. And I was like, okay.
Well, what episode was that?
wants to see
So
it.
she's actually like a fan.
She says she only listened to
Oh, okay. You watched that one episode halfway
that
through?
1 second.
Get the fuck out
That
of here.
shit was a blurb.
That's
dude.
like getting noticed in the bathroom, though. That's pretty good.
No,
Like,
wait. But
she knows.
hold on. I need to know. Where'd you meet her? Hinge?
Well, yeah.
All right. So you met her on Hinge
A while ago.
long time ago.
Yeah.
And she brought up what? You started talking to her again?
Yeah, and we just never met up, and we finally met up. And she was talking about one of the episodes for whatever reason. And I was like, damn, how many are you listening to? She's like, I know you have one nut. I was like, okay.
Word?
That's pretty good.
But you didn't link with her.
No, we hung out.
So she said this in person.
Yeah.
You fucked her.
Actually, no.
No?
We did stuff, but we didn't.
She sucked your dick?
No.
She
What'd you
wants to
do?
see
What'd you
the one
guys
nut.
would you slap her titties? What the fuck did you do?
No, you know what I want to know is that Pete, Nick always says we hooked up, but I don't know exactly what that means.
Yeah, hook up to me
100% of the
is
time, it's
sex.
Usually sex. Yeah, this was for whatever reason. It's just, and it felt right.
It felt right. It felt right not to do it.
Yeah, she didn't want to bang me the first
Oh,
time.
she didn't want to fuck you. You didn't want to fuck her. It was
It was cool. It was copacetic. Mutual.
And you're never fucking her. You're never linking again.
This is time.
You're
has
gonna link and
passed.
play patty cake again?
No, I mean,
Yeah, but
imagine it
girls
would
come
happen. I would
girls
imagine
come
it would-
back after a while. There are girls.
No,
who
we
like
still talk.
Flapjack?
I don't know if I'm interested, to be honest. I'm talking to another person. My life changes. It's an hour-to-hour basis
Yeah,
with me.
yeah,
Yeah, she'll be back in play if she sends me a nude.
yeah.
She said you.
She tells
So-
me that was a really good.
Ask
Alright,
to
so who's
see
your
his
top-
nut next time.
I don't want to
Don't
talk about this. I keep
it.
talking-
Why?
Because
Just-
if any chick who I'm like actually talking to goes to this podcast, they're gonna be like, "Kay, never mind."
Well, any chick that you're talking to doesn't care about your podcast.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I'm insane on here. I'm insane on here. All I do is talk
No, but
about-
you are insane. Not insane on here.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
are insane.
Yeah, but it's like that video. You don't want to show your true self immediately.
why?
gotta
You
ease
want
her
someone
into
to
it.
love you
It's like,
for who you are.
Yeah, but let me ease you into it. It feels different when you learn it over 5 months.
That's
Not
right.
I
That's
just
not
hit-
true.
If I poke you every day for a year, that's different than hitting you over the head with a sledgehammer.
Okay, but
no,
I'm not
that's different.
asking you to say like the why. I'm asking you to
But
just
that's
say.
what listening to this podcast is. It's getting all of me at once, and it's too much.
Okay, fine. What
No,
I'm all
it's too much for you, but
No,
that's,
for them
that's what
too, and
unconditional-
it's all misconstrued because they don't understand. Like these episodes happened not right now. this is a while ago, baby girl.
You hear him, dog?
dude. That's what unconditional love is. That's what you want. You want
Yes, you
somebody.
want someone
Yeah,
who-
but you don't have unconditional, like, every relationship starts as a seedling. I need it to grow. They're not just going to unconditionally love me immediately. I would like the opportunity for that to happen.
Yeah.
But with this here, it's like crushing the seed.
Nah,
No,
bro.
I think
you're
it's
All right,
opening.
hold on.
I think
But
it's opening you up more.
Do you
You
have?
guys are saying this from the
but do you
comfort of
have?
your
You
relationships.
haven't met. anyone thus like right now.
I actually have, but then I cast them away. Then I'm like, you're too good. There's something.
Well,
wrong
that's what I'm
with
saying. So the bitches you got around right now are just you ain't wifing them anyway. So who cares? We're talking about nonsense.
I don't know about that, dog.
You
you.
wife
There's one in the works.
that I don't
It's
know
mad
about.
early. Yeah, it happens.
It
Three
just
days
happens.
ago.
Yeah, that's the thing. This motherfucker
every
happens every month.
Every
month it happens.
This motherfucker finds one
But
that
the
he's
fact
like,
that you're not
I think
telling
this
me
might be
about
the
it
one.
is kind of offensive.
No, it
I
just
haven't
happened.
seen you since it happened.
Yeah, it
When
just
did it
happened.
happen?
3 days ago.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we were together 2 days ago.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So
Fuck you, dude. First of all, you told Johnny Shipes some shit that you didn't tell us beforehand,
Well,
and that will
was
forever
very
be
different.
a stain on
that
our
was very
relationship.
that was very
That was
different.
very different.
And I said it
Yeah.
to you guys. I said it to you guys vulnerable. I said it to him hammered and like just like
You were
as a
drunk when you told
blur.
us too, weren't you?
Yeah, but it was more of a story. I was explaining.
Yeah,
It was more of a serious.
Yeah,
Trying to see if we could fit it into the
Jesus
routine.
Christ.
Is this
Let me see if I
funny?
can get a laugh out of
Is
this.
this really fucked
Motherfucker
up?
had us crying.
Yeah, then
Lee-
it was going
Lee just
south.
went.
Yeah.
Lee just went. Damn, dude. Yo, Lee went.
sorry
Lee
about
went.
that, brother.
Lee went. Damn, dude. And Nick goes.
Nah, I wanted to hug
He goes.
you, though.
Can I make a joke about it? Hey man, stop me mid conversation. He
That's-
goes,
yeah.
hey man, can I make a joke about this or is that too much?
That's honestly, that's like the nicest thing I've ever done. Checking in before I do it that's the most friendship I've ever shown.
And then I
Oh,
go,
my God.
I mean, I'd rather not.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
But that's how I deal with my trauma, your trauma. You gotta make a joke.
Yo, how funny
I knew
was
to
that?
check
bro?
in.
God, that
I
shit
remember
was
that
so funny,
Wait,
man.
but hold on.
You know what's funny too? I remember to this day. I remember the joke I was gonna make.
Oh, my God, that's so
Yeah,
funny.
but you can't
dude.
say it because then they're gonna know, and then the whole world's gonna know. But all right,
It's real life.
Talking, it's real life. Talk about it.
This is gonna be an easy episode to name. It's real life.
But I so you met her where? I won't ask things that are gonna.
Virtually. I haven't even seen her. In
Oh,
person
so
yet.
she's a I was gonna say
Can we get your
haram.
live reaction to what she looks like
Yeah, can I?
on the episode?
Yeah. Why? I never.
Lee actually he poo-pooed it. And
I
he
did
doesn't-
not.
I've showed him Gremlins, and he'd be like, "Yeah, that's the one, kid."
No, 'cause-
Yo, you're hilarious.
no,
Yeah.
not for him to fall in love, though. 'Cause
It
he's
depends
like,
on Lee's mood, though.
Yeah, but you know me. So you know me. This is my type of.
Yeah, this is what he likes.
Go
But
through her page. She's
compared to
got
what
like a
he
weird-
normally
she's got like
gets,
an artistic-y page.
compared to what you normally get, I'm
This
like,
is literally his style.
yeah, that's his type.
God.
This is his style. Bro, this is. If you were to, if you couldn't draw a better bitch of what's Nick's style.
Yeah,
It's really doing something.
that's a
I knew, bro. Look,
it's a
tatted
combination.
all of,
Yeah,
Harvard.
yeah.
Love tattoos.
Could be covered in tattoos.
But in comparison to some of the other ones that he's had,
He's in love with the redhead.
All right, so why do you?
because I
Is she
saw her
super
in
dope?
person.
Is she super dope?
So far, yeah.
Jordan
Okay,
was
so the
super-
last person.
No, not her.
No, I know. I saw
So the
that.
last
That's not her name.
No, I know. I'm saying she was super
Oh,
dope
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Samantha just hit you on Hinge. Says honestly, I'm not sure.
Oh.
All right, so this
Everybody on Hinge should just message him. Let me see your one nut.
Yo, can for a podcast episode, would you let me respond to all your DMs on Hinge?
That would be dope. That would be dope.
If I promise not to be like embarrass you.
It's not going to be that fun. You want just one message isn't going to do anything. What are you going to say? Some vulgar shit? I'll get banned.
No.
Oh, you can't say vulgar shit on Hinge?
No,
What
like
do you
if-
guys
Can
say?
you
Like
say-
hit me on the side?
Yeah, you exchange. Like sometimes I'll go to send. Like
Would
even
you say you? I don't think you would say anything worse than what Nick says on there.
No.
I'll sit, bro.
Nick
I'll,
is
way.
disgusting.
Yeah,
Nick
there's
is
no way
fucking
you would say
disgusting.
anything on there. That
no, but you
is
can't. Like it flags it. Like it'll be like, "Are you sure you
Yeah,
want
you
to send
told the
this?"
line though. I'm sure.
And then they'll get
Word?
it. Yeah, and then
You told
they'll
the
get a
line, though.
notification like, "Do you
He's
want
about to send
open
you
this?"
some nasty
Yeah,
shit?
Yeah.
Word?
But it gets it wrong too. Because on Hinge, I don't do that really until we've progressed in a relationship to something else.
Be like, hey, how do I say in Espanol? Bro, the last episode, this motherfucker's like, what? Explain that
Well,
to
we were
me.
talking about the differences between Grok and ChatGPT, and I said ChatGPT wouldn't.
This is how he describes the differences between AI platforms.
Well, the thing
okay?
I noticed.
So this is
I was looking for its translation from English to Spanish, and I said to ChatGPT, in Spanish, how would you say, "You're my slave, you bitch"?
Oh my God, Nick, why would you say that?
And ChatGPT was like, "I don't know if I can do that for you, buddy."
Bro,
And
that's
then-
how he was telling me that ChatGPT. He goes, ChatGPT.
And I was like,
honestly,
Grok
not
did it
so
right
good.
away.
Not so good.
I was doing something. I'm like, oh,
Grok
that's
is
what
real
you were
shit.
doing,
Grok did it right
motherfucker?
away. He was like, "Let me help you out with that, pal. Something better."
Better, but which is female dog.
Female
I was so
dog, yeah.
confused because I was like, it's puta. I was like,
puta, yeah.
you know. But then
So both of them suck. I'm being honest.
No, those are literal translations, though.
Yeah.
What you're asking.
Yeah, but
for, what
he
they
should be
gave
able to get it from the context. I'm not telling us the dog, "You're my slave."
yeah,
I mean, you
no,
could be, I guess.
He's like, I was telling a maid.
you. But at least
The bitch
Grok
who
did
cleans
the
my house.
translation. ChatGPT is conservative and stuck up. Grok is more like fucking cool.
Is Grok more cool? Is that cooler? That's Google's, right?
It's
It's
Elon's.
Elon's.
And Elon is good at doing things.
Yeah, it's true.
Elon's really good at doing things. This guy uses Microsoft Word GPT or whatever.
Do you?
I use Gemini. I use
Gemini?
Gemini. Yeah. I use Gemini. I use ChatGPT, but I use Gemini because it integrates with
Oh, we
I'm
gotta be
nerding
careful
out right
too
now.
with your work. Hand. I saw that last
it
episode.
it integrates with Gmail and fucking everything else, Google stuff, Sheets, all that shit.
Really?
Which ChatGPT.
Oh, so that's
doesn't.
why it's convenient because you're able to kind of
Yeah,
just
that's the
integrate.
one thing with ChatGPT. You go to like export a PDF, that shit, it comes out in fucking hieroglyphics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't have any integrations. Google everything is
Can't they
built
work
in.
on that? Figure that out, guys.
Yeah, I
Who
mean,
even
it
made it?
should.
Who owns it? Who has
Who?
it?
ChatGPT? ChatGPT.
Steve Altman.
Yeah?
Yeah. OpenAI is
The guy who
one of
owns
the
Stand Up New York?
No. Stand up New York.
Sam Altman?
No,
Wait a
no.
second. Does
His
he
name
own?
actually might be Sam. No, the dude who owns is Donnie.
All right, so you guys, I want to talk about this because I wanted to talk about, unless you guys don't want to talk about it, but you guys have the show tonight.
God, that was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a show tonight.
In the city.
Yeah.
St. Mark's
At-
Comedy Club.
I heard that club is dope though.
You've heard wrong.
St. Mark's isn't dope?
It's a cool space.
What's his name went there? The guy, he's the one who told me. I
Alex
guess.
Carabagno owns it, and he used to own the V Spot restaurant, which was in the front.
Okay.
And then he closed the restaurant, and they opened up a bookstore or like an antique store or something like that in the front. But the club still exists in the back. And Alex Carabagno built it up, and he would do his stuff there. So it's pretty dope in that sense. It's almost like a speakeasy.
It's a good, yeah, but I heard it's like a good spot, like low, like
It's a cool spot.
If it's packed out, like it sounds.
Yeah,
so what's
if
the-
it's packed out, but generally
One day ago, you told me it stinks.
the audiences are barked in, so it's people are not.
Well, that's the difference.
That's the
What I'm
difference.
saying, if I had a show there, we had 60
would be
people
good.
there.
It would be
it would be good. Yes,
be good.
yes, it would be good.
Yeah, so because it's going to be a packed room, you guys are going to be fine. It's gonna be packed.
But an audience that's barked in and people are like, I guess I'll go to a comedy club. That's not good for comedy.
Even if it's Ray Ray's people, you guys are going to murder. Especially if it's Ray Ray's people. Guaranteed.
I've seen his people.
Bro, black people, hood black people, love you and love you.
It depends
What are you
type
talking
of hood
about?
black dude.
Nah.
Sometimes they're
What
too
hood?
cool to
what-
laugh.
No, that's in DC where it was like all.
No, those are like
very-
liberal.
Yes, that was very different.
I'm talking about like the people at
Name a city that's
Apollo
hood.
when you did Apollo.
That was all artists, weirdos. That wasn't even black people. That was all artists, weirdo, runway, kid super people.
No, I was thinking of the people that were going to be there tonight are kind of like artsy stoners, kind of like Brooklyn.
Okay, yes, those people suck.
That's not who's going to be there though. is
That's
it?
what I think who's going to be there.
you
Like
walk
they
around
want to
and
be
just
on
go
the
like-
scene. They
I
want
don't think
to
so,
fashion
bro.
and stuff
I think
like
it's
that.
going to be a mixture
I don't. It
of.
depends. It depends.
It's going to be a mixture
if
of
Ray Ray
everything.
sold tickets and I sold tickets and you sold tickets, it'll probably be fine. If it's everybody off of the street, it's going to blow.
You definitely sold tickets. At least a dozen. And even if a dozen people are in there, that's enough people to make it halfway decent. If it's Ray Ray's people, your
Pretty easy
people,
things to say when you're not coming to the show. If you were performing, we had 50 people in Atlanta, and you're just like, I got to go home. This is the worst thing of all time.
no, but
Talking
I'm
to send to 12 people right now.
yeah. It's
Come to the show.
going to be packed.
Why don't you come to the
I
show?
want to come.
Oh, you're
The
gonna
only
come?
reason I wasn't going to come was because I thought you would have a heart attack.
Why would I have a heart attack if you came?
Because anytime I ever said
But
like I
where's he
want to
gonna
come
be?
in,
There's nowhere. I don't. I mean, the green
anytime I ever said like, yo, I'm gonna come, you'd be like, don't fucking
What,
come.
to my cellar audition?
No, but even to when
We were
Philly,
there.
I
We
wanted
were
to
there
come
at your
down.
fellow audition.
Yeah, you weren't watching me, though.
When I wanted to, for your first headlining show ever, I wanted to come to the Philly show, and you were like, bro, I'd rather you not be there.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago, and I was still hoping to, like, hang on to your career for dear life.
Yeah, but that's what I'm going off of. I just felt like you
I don't
weren't
care if
gonna.
you come, bro. Feel free to come. You
Well,
don't
I
wanna
can't
come,
now.
bro.
I got to pick up my son. I got to pick up KJ now.
Yeah.
But I would have come. I wanted to come.
I mean, like, perform, though.
No, I'm not performing.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I would perform if I didn't have to promote it. Yes.
Oh,
I would.
yeah. No, you can't.
Yeah, I would perform. I would perform. I think that would be hilarious. I would love to perform. I think we can vlog it. That shit would be so funny because I would hate it.
Really?
Yeah, I would fucking hate it.
Why?
Because it would be the same thing as like what I did for the Netflix is a joke fucking thing. It was the same. It was the same vibe.
Yeah,
Same
except
kind of
you
people.
with zero.
You know what's crazy is
no
he would
positive.
hate everything that we have to do
What do you mean?
for comedy, like
That we did do?
that we did do or that we
Yeah,
do.
well, when I went for the
We all- well, we hated
when
it.
I went for Netflix is a joke. That was to me that was a perfect taste of like what you guys went through. Obviously, you guys did it all the time, but like walking down the green with the New York Comedy Club and like seeing all those comics down there, and I'm down there in my fucking chain, and like I like just pulled up from like a meeting, and I'm like my Denali's are parked right outside. They all see me walk out my car, and I'm like standing there. I'm like, what's
Yeah,
up?
you are a fucking outcast.
And they're just
At a
staring
comedy
at me,
club?
dog.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like kind of angry because at a certain point, I started to get like a little like loud and like aggressive because I felt like they were making fun of me. And I was like, you know what? That's not happening.
That was probably in your head. They probably made fun of you afterwards. They're too pussy to make fun of you while you're in the room. They're comedians, dude.
Yeah, but I murdered that shit and I heard these motherfuckers on there and I was like, I ain't get a call.
Like how he's telling us that the one show he did in the club where it was a massive opportunity. It's a lot like what we did.
Wait, oh yeah. Nothing. Yeah.
No,
nothing.
but I'm just saying, you went to those clubs
No, yeah.
Yeah.
and you hung out with those fucking
It's a
losers.
similar vibe, but much worse because there was nothing good coming out.
I don't
Nothing,
think
yeah,
I don't think
it's
it's
just-
I don't think it's worse because you guys were one of them. It was different. You guys were all doing it together.
Are
I
you
was
talking about the crowd or are you talking about
No, he's talking about
no,
the
I'm talking about the
comics.
comics.
You're talking about the comics, but yeah, for us the crowds are
I never fit in.
I disagree with that.
You do? I found a few people I think I fit in with.
I mean, when we were at the Lantern,
Did you
we
fit?
were
Did
friends
you
with
feel like you
everybody.
fit in?
It doesn't matter to me because I'm way older than
No,
everybody
I
else.
know. But did you feel like you were amongst people that like
I didn't care.
you didn't care?
I don't care. I can't worry about that. I'm just gonna.
When you go to the pair outside,
When I go to the pair-
because you go to the pair a lot.
I'm there a lot.
Like, do you what is your why do you like going to the pair? Like outside of obviously the
Because that's what comedy is. You go there, you're in it, and you have people around you who are also in it, who are trying, who are struggling just like you.
But like I'm saying, but you're going there with the idea of like, yo, I'm gonna try these new jokes, and blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah. Or
kind
you're
of.
like, oh, I'm gonna go chill with my friend, like these people. And
Yeah,
like,
these
have some
people,
fun.
because I have good relationships with people there.
Right.
I got relationships with Brandon, Mallory, all of these people who are there, who you see,
Right, it's
who
a
you
good
come
time
up
for
with.
you, and you're like,
when
fuck
Nick
it.
and I were hanging out at the Lantern, the most fun parts is
Yeah, it was fun.
being outside of the room,
Right, not
and just
actually on
hanging-
stage,
not on
right.
stage, because that shit can be brutal.
Yeah.
But it's almost like you're trauma bonding too, because you're like, oh, that show was shit,
Right.
or there's something that you
that's
see.
like
in the
But you don't. But you
that's
don't
what the-
like that.
But that's
right?
what the Lantern, whether you saw it or not, was like almost a home for like the outcasts, I guess. Like a lot of the people at the Lantern were like at the Lantern and not many other places. And that's
I mean, you could say that. You could say that for
Every club
Greenwich.
is like its
yeah,
own
every
clique.
yeah,
Yeah, I
every
guess
every
that's
club
true.
has their own
Yeah,
group
I
of
felt
people that are
comfortable with the
always
Lantern for a
there.
while, yeah.
What was the club that you were
I did
at
love
where
it.
you really did love? It
It was the Lantern. It was the
the
first
Lantern,
place
'cause
I
you-
could get up in front of real humans.
People.
Yeah.
For fucking 2 years before that, it was just open mics in front of other
And
comics.
we made good friends.
We
there.
did make really
We
good
made
friends.
really good friends there. Yeah, so that's what it is. Because if you go home, if I go I go home and I have a shit show, or there was nobody at the club, or there was 12 people, you go home and my wife is just like, oh, it's okay, but that's not what I need. I need the people who understand the shit that we're going through, and we could talk about it and be angry at the same time. And, you know what I'm saying? And be like, fuck these
Make
people.
me miss the lantern.
You'd be
Yeah,
like,
but
fuck
when you
these people.
should, why don't you go with Lee? Well, the pairs. I mean, the pairs
Because
you
it's
don't
so
like.
far for him.
Yeah, it
and
is
it's
mad
not worth it. It's not fucking worth it. And sometimes I'll go into the city and I'm paying $30 for the bridge and shit like that, and I'm making $15.
Yeah, but you
know
don't
what I'm
think it's worth it if he's trying new shit?
No. No, not that far. Not that far.
I would have to have like 3 shows lined up.
Yeah, it would have to be.
It's not even about the money. It's just
About getting out the material, making sure you have
like
enough stage time.
Yeah. Because those sets in the city are for 8-10 minutes.
Yeah, it's
Every
so
time.
short.
Yeah.
So
Not
short.
like when we're with you.
Even so, like even at the comedy club, if New York Comedy Club, they would give you
No, that's like 10, 12. On a weekend, it's 15.
on a weekend it's 15.
Yeah.
So if I were to go to New York Comedy Club and do Emilio, it would be 10 during the week, 15 on the weekends.
I believe so.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
probably. I mean, I don't get in
I
there.
believe it's like 12 on a weekday and a little bit more on a weekend. Weekends are worthwhile, and those spots pay pretty good.
A couple $100.
I know at the Cellar it's like $175 for a
They
weekend spot.
have 3 rooms and they have 3 shows every night.
I didn't like that. What room did I do for Netflix as a joke? I didn't like
did
that.
it, right?
you did.
He did
You
the
did.
newest New York, which
24th.
I haven't been there. No. He did the newest one, Upper West Side, right?
Yeah,
Oh, you did Upper West Side?
I've never been there.
I didn't like it.
That's the old Stand Up New York.
It's
Yeah.
mad
But
wide.
they changed it, I believe.
It's like 2
No, I did a
rows
show there
deep
not too long
and
ago.
Mad
It's the
wide.
same shape, just darkened it.
Yeah, they darkened it. They made it look like New York Comedy Club.
Is the stage mad high still?
Yeah, that stage is high.
Um,
Yeah, it was like fucking 5 steps up.
No, I don't. No, it's not that high.
It was high.
Compared to the other New York Comedy Club ones that are...
They're on the floor. The New York Comedy Club
Yeah,
ones are on the floor.
New York Comedy Club was. You're
This is- it's
you're
a high-
little
it's
bit
higher.
elevated,
It's
but
higher.
it's like 1 step up,
It's like
Bro, the stand-up New York stage was
3 steps
almost
up.
3 feet off the ground.
It was 3 steps up, but this is like 1 step up.
Really?
It's not. Yeah.
one step. I felt pretty fucking high.
No. And the stage is smaller. They made the stage smaller because Stand Up New York, you had.
The stage was huge.
Yeah, the stage was huge. Even though the room is small, but yeah, it's.
What's the new? So Stand Up New York and the Stand. Those are 2 totally different clubs.
Yeah, the stand is on 16th.
Why don't you do the Stand? A lot of
I'm
people
not.
are-
I'm not past there.
It's so hard to get.
I'm not past anywhere.
it?
I hung out there every day for 2 years. Became friends with the manager.
Joe.
Get you an audition. Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't get it.
Bro,
Did
I've
a
seen
show
guys on there
Bro, I did
like
a show with-
social media dudes who fucking
I
have
did a
no
show.
comedy experience.
That was the
out
thing,
there.
bro. I did a show with Giannis. I had been friendly with Giannis and doing some gigs with him. He put on a Giannis and Friends show. It was me, him, and like Jared Harvin and Julio Diaz and like a bunch of killers. And I fucking murdered. And they put one kid up who Giannis didn't book, who was a social, that kid Nick, the Italian kid.
Yes, the person
went up.
one. Yeah.
They threw him up, the ownership, not even
bombed.
Giannis. One of the worst bombs we've ever seen. Just doing Sebastian Maniscalco impressions, but not even good,
Yeah.
with no jokes, and just being like, I don't know why this isn't working. And then
Oof, that's
even off of that, Giannis CCing me on an email with the owner of the club, couldn't even get a fucking audition.
Nothing.
Such a
Yeah, it's
crazy-
impossible. It's impossible.
It's a crazy. This game is it's a crazy fucking game, bro. It really is a wild fucking. And I'm so far removed from it. Obviously, I do my own thing.
Yeah.
We do our own
That's
thing.
the best way to do it.
Yeah.
The way you're doing it is the best way to do it. But
But
then,
you're more in control of like your destiny this way.
yeah, you have the leverage. You have the eyeballs. That's what everybody needs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but whether you're even doing stand-up the way we did it now or the way you got into it, it's still all social media first and foremost.
Yes,
And you either
yeah.
have a
I
social media that pops or you don't.
I disagree. I think
What do you mean?
now social media is because look, you faced it. You've seen people are like, oh, this motherfucker's a social media dude, and they treat you differently. So, and that's the clubs, right?
Yes.
And you're past that, right?
Yes.
So I think, look, you have 300,000 followers. The Stand is not calling you. Fucking New York Comedy Club is not calling you. You have more followers than a lot of those comedians
That is
combined.
true too.
So
Yeah,
social,
just
I
gotta
mean,
look at
it's
the mirror at some point.
It's not, bro. You are.
I could probably get in the stand now, maybe
Mickey,
if like through Rodeo or...
you are undoubtedly funny. You and Lee are undoubtedly. I'm serious. You and Lee are undoubtedly good comics. what I've realized is through my own experience and through people, you know, not seeing what I see when it comes to you guys, or, you know what I mean? And it's not because of like, oh, you're not funny. I think a lot of it is just, you know, people look at everything all in one and they think like for example, you know, they had brought up the idea of like, yo, we want you to like have a big comic in these cities with a smaller than you, Kevin, but like a big comic in their area. Let's say you do Atlanta and we want to bring on some like big Atlanta comedian. And I had said to them, not going to work, because comedy is not music. You can do that for music, but you can't do that for comedy, because any comic who's going to be able to sell any amount of tickets in his area,
why the fuck do they want to share?
Is going to do their own show,
yes, exactly,
or they're going to want mad bread.
Yeah,
and it just doesn't make sense.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And a lot of people, and you can't even do that with someone on the road. Like if they wanted, like, oh, you got to bring someone on the road who brings something to the table. Who sells tickets nationally? If you look at comics in its totality, national, from West Coast to East Coast, bro, it is rare for any comics to be. There's a lot of East Coast comics. There's a lot of down south comics. There's a lot of West Coast comics. But if you're asking for a national comic, that is mad hard. You think you're just going to find someone who's like, yeah, it's smaller than you, but selling. If anyone is selling tickets, they're doing their own shows.
Yeah, even if they're doing smaller venues.
Even if they're doing smaller venues.
Yeah, they're going to do their own, because there's more in it for them.
Tickets,
they would be doing it.
Their own shows. It's not like music where you can be like a smaller artist and it's like, yo, you're going to go with.
That's why some of these business dudes need to shut the fuck up.
But that's the thing. They don't understand. And I think a lot of that is, I think it's everybody. I think people just don't understand. That's club owners, that's promoters, that's bookers, that's everybody. They just don't understand. This thing is so. There's so many, it's multifaceted now, bro. There's so many moving parts to this shit. It's not one thing anymore. Like you could have just been a talented stand-up comic 20 years ago and grown, right? Like Joe Coy. Yeah. Joe Coy was a stand-up comic who blew up from hustling and finally doing his own special and selling it. Right. But he came up the traditional way. Right. You can't, it doesn't work like that anymore, bro. You got to have an image. You got to have a fan base. You have to have a consistent social media. There's so many fucking moving parts.
And you got to do all of that shit with no money on your own.
And you got to do it all with no money, bro. Yeah. And even when you do got bread, you're going to spend all that bread trying to up the ante. Right. And trying to move on to the next level, bro. And spend all that money. So you never going to have money, bro. Like, yeah, because... If with each progression, you're just spending more and more and more and more. You got to keep up the image, the lifestyle, the this, the that. You know what I mean? It's like, what? You're fucked. Yeah. So I think with a lot of people, it's not even about funny anymore. It's about, can he sell?
Putting asses in the seats is what it's always been.
That's it. It's not about funny. It's not. You are undoubtedly funny.
Yeah. And you
Lee
also
is
have...
undoubtedly funny.
Well, I don't know about that. But you have 300,000 followers, dog. There should not be a club that should be, every club should be like, yo, I have a guy here who's fucking funny, but he doesn't put asses in seats. Nick can put asses in seats and he's funny. I don't know why these people are not fucking beating down your door. And it doesn't make any sense.
Well, I'm not really trying to get in the door anymore, to be honest.
You're right. And that's kind of what we're saying, is that doing it that way doing it the way Kevin's doing is probably the best way to go, is the best way to go right now. It's the only way to go. Because we're not getting. At least they told us, they were telling us, oh, you got to get followers. We got followers. Now what? What the fuck? I see the same faces on flyers all the time.
Used to mean fans, but now followers are followers and fans are fans.
Right.
I have fans. I have fans.
Yeah, Lee, and I said that to you. I said Lee.
I have fans.
Lee has fans. Lee has fans because his content is so niche.
Yeah. Yeah,
and it's
but that's also bad too.
No, it's harder to grow on niche. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, he has a real fan base, right? You know what I'm saying? So there could be a guy. I put money on it.
There's motherfuckers buying the t-shirts,
bro. I put money on it.
Fans.
You get a guy like King Batch, and you tie him to Lee, and you go, yo, they're both gonna do New York shows. I bet you he sells more tickets. And it's because he has fans. He has an actual fan base. And that what people don't realize is there is an art and a science. It's really not that complicated. It really is just being real and being yourself and being vulnerable to the masses, which is mad hard.
That shit is
because
really
you don't want to be not everybody wants. You don't want to look like an asshole in the morning. No. You don't want to look like.
Also, it hurts more when you put something up and it doesn't go well. Yeah. And if it was you being you,
right?
It's painful.
That's
it hurts.
Painful.
It sucks.
Yeah.
That shit sucks.
Whereas if you're playing a character and you put it out and it's bombs,
and it doesn't. Yeah, you're like.
Yeah, it's like whatever. But that's what I'm saying. Like this pod, we have fans. We have fans, and it's because we are real and vulnerable, and we speak about our lives. There's none of these people who are watching our shit, this podcast specifically, are followers.
No,
they're all fans. Right. When it comes to your social media, it's like really difficult, right? Because I feel like I've grown a lot of my fans through stories, in my opinion. Yeah. Because the
people who love the playlist, those are real fans.
All the people who are like, yo, bro, you know how many fucking DMs I've gotten over the last like 6 months of being like, bro, thank you. I'm going through a divorce, or I'm going through this. Thank you so much for being vulnerable and talking about your life, and you giving me the strength to like that I could really do this because you're doing it in front of all these people and they're shitting on you and you're still moving and doing what you got to do. And I have even people who are like, bro, you're an inspiration to me. I'm still married. I can never do what you did, but like, good for you. You know, but I'll continue.
No, I feel that because people even tell me, yo, it's good to see somebody who does the network shit or who does the IT shit, who's acting and talking like me. Yeah. We don't see that. So people tell me that shit all the time.
They see a little bit of themselves in you. Yeah, no doubt. And like, that's all this is. And if people are going to pay tickets, like Don said it to me the other day, because Don, when we went to Yankee game, Don was like, how's everything going? And I'm like, it's going, brother. I'm like, look, I just left Miami. We sold 900 tickets. Didn't seem like anybody was happy about it. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, it's just, he's like, I'm like, I kind of have the same reaction sometimes where I'm just like, fuck, you know, like there's no positive reinforcement, right? You know, like it's always negative. It's always like, we got to figure out how to get you more asses and seats. We got to figure out this. We got to figure out this. But it's never like, yo, you sold 900 tickets in Miami, man.
Congratulations.
Good shit.
Job. Yeah.
Good for you, kid. Like, you know, you did your thing. The shows were amazing. Good job. Yeah. Everyone had a good time. The owners fucking love you. They bought you a gift. The GM, the staff loves you and says how dope you are, how you tip everybody. None of that. None of that. It's all... We got to figure out how to get more asses. And I understand that this is a business and I am a product. I understand that. But like part of that is like, yo, sometimes, maybe, throw a little, you doing good, kid. You know what I mean? And not always negative.
That would push you. That probably would push you.
It would push you more. It would push you. And look, luckily I'm self-sustainable and I'm like, I don't need that.
You don't have a soft ass ego.
My mom shitted on me my whole life. So I don't need anybody to pat me on my back because I've never had a pat on the back. It's always been like, you're like your father. That's been my whole life. But, I think about that shit and I was talking to Don about it and he was like, let me tell you something. He was like, bro, anyone in 2025 who can get fucking anyone to buy a ticket to go see them at a fucking place, he's like, you're killing it. He goes, how many tickets you sell last year? I said, 35,000. And he goes, bro, that within itself, he's like, you're doing something right. Fuck everybody. Keep moving forward.
Yeah, the problem that bothers me, though, is that we got to figure out, no, that's what you're there for. You're there to try to help push and elevate and make this shit better. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like I've done this. I've done this. I did all of this by myself. What the fuck are you going to do? You're supposed to elevate. You want to make money. You're making an investment. Figure out how to make my shit bigger.
But that's how it feels. But it really does feel like that. It does feel like we're coming to the table to expedite something or whatever, and then you there is none of that, and you're like.
It seems like there's just a money grab for them.
But it always just falls back on like, hey, you're not growing.
I need my 10%.
Yo, you're not growing. What's going on? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's just like, and look, at the end of the day, it's a business, but part of the reason why I feel like I've grown a fan base is because I'm very honest. Even the shit I'm talking about right now, most fucking people aren't talking about shit like this, and we say it all the time. But this makes me feel better. like, I don't do it because I want everyone to be fans. I do it because this is how I get through it. I have to be honest and I have to be able to speak my mind. Because if I don't speak my mind, I turn into a fucking animal monster, bro. Because that's what I did my whole life. I would never speak my mind and just stay quiet and never fucking say anything. And then
you
one
blow
day,
up.
snap.
Everything
and they'd be
comes
like,
up.
look, Angry
Look
Brown.
at this fucking,
Angry
look at
Brown,
this fucking guy.
don't know
Yeah,
how
no
to
doubt.
act. You know what I mean? Like,
No
and
doubt.
it's just like, and I am an Angry Brown sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's true.
And that almost happened at the Yankee game, which we're going to talk about on the Patreon right now. We got to move on.
Oh, we've been going on? Okay, yeah. Oh, let's go over there. Guys, we love you.
Love you. Bye. Mwah.